Hey, what's up guys? Justin from Out of the Basement here to bring you another Black Series review. I just found the whole wave of this new wave of Black Series at Walmart. I started off with Casca Reeves. Check that out if you haven't already, but I thought we'd move on to Q9-0 from the Mandalorian. Here he is in the package. We got the Black Series logo up here. Nice window showing the figure in there. Star Wars The Mandalorian Q9-0. Of course, this is the orange mural style packaging with this nice little shot of him. Q9-0 on the bottom. He is number 11 in The Mandalorian. You got the Black Series logo up here, have his name right here. There is a read-up. If you'd like to read it, go ahead and pause it there. We have that same image on the back, and we have some top window packaging. Let's crack it open. Alright, here's the only accessory he comes with, his blaster. It's kind of reminiscent of Boba Fett's blaster. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but the stock over here is brown paint, while the rest of the weapon is dark gray paint. There's some pretty good molded detail on there. I like the scope. The scope is very profound. So, cool little accessory that he comes with. Here is Q9-0 out of the packaging, and this character was originally one that I was honestly thinking of being satisfied if I never got this one, if I didn't pick this one up. This was probably my least desirable one out of the wave, even though it looks to be pretty darn new. And, you know, he's just a character from one arc. I know he comes back in Season 2 when he's all destroyed, but we don't have any of those other characters, and I feel like we won't get those other characters. So I didn't originally know how to feel about this guy. Regardless, I obviously picked him up, and he is actually pretty cool. Let's take a closer look at detail. So this little droid surprisingly has a lot of different paint on him. I really like his design, you know, his bug eyes. He almost looks pretty similar to Forlom. He's very protocol droid-ish. I love these legs. We'll get into those. But let's take a look at that head first. Looks pretty darn good. I wish the gray for the eyes were a little more vibrant. I just wish they would pop a little more silver, you know? We have the antenna up here. There's the back of the head. We have these straps and pouches. Pretty cool. There's actually a variety of paint. It's not just one dull brown color. We have this light brown, this super dark brown, and then we have this sort of, you know, just a different shade of brown. Got that silver buckle right there. So I like a variety of paint, and this definitely delivers. The overall figure, it looks to just be gunmetal gray, just gray plastic, but there is actually some like rust or battle damage or whatever you'd like to call that, pretty much all over this figure. There, you can see that a little bit better right here. This rustic, like, I don't even know, like copperish, brownish, pretty much all over this figure. I really like this piece right here that looks like bronzish, goldish really. We have some wires. We have a yellow and red wire that look pretty darn clean. Same thing over here with those wires. So I really do like the paint on this guy. Coming down to the legs here, that battle damage slash rust pretty much stops at the legs, unfortunately. It's really only on the upper torso and the arms. The back of the figure, we still maintain that variety of brown color with this strap and then the strap that goes up. I even like this back detail where you can kind of see between the plates, the droid plates, and really there's this nice detail, and this kind of looks like the C-3PO belly, but if you move this stuff you can actually see the wires underneath the protocol droid plates, you know, that you can ever so slightly see those wires on there when you go up on that chest armor. I'd be lying if I said this didn't at least look cool. Like I said, you know, he's from one arc in Season 1, and I feel like we're not going to get any of those other prisoner characters, the prisoner extraction team, so, you know, I don't know how to feel ultimately, but this is pretty cool, and the articulation is pretty good too. Let's take a look at that. So Q9-0 can look up about that high, he can look down that far. You do have those dumbbell joints in there, so you can go front to back and ever so slight side to side, but you do get a really nice amount of tilt. You can rotate all the way around. They do go all the way around, rotate like that. Let's see if they're hindered at all. Okay, the shoulder piece is a soft plastic, so it can go all the way up even further. Wow, that's actually pretty good. And you can just push that shoulder blade back on. Q9-0 does have butterfly joints, which are amazing. He can bend his elbow about 90 degrees. And that elbow also cuts right there for the arm. Ooh, we do have a sort of gauntlet swivel right here. That's really cool. The hands, of course, rotate all the way around. His left hand is a horizontal hinge, and his right hand, which is the trigger finger, is a vertical hinge. So good job, Hasbro, for giving him vertical hinge on the trigger finger. This strap in pouches is pretty loose, so it's not going to hinder any articulation. So let's check out some crunch. The hinge is about right here at that mid-chest area. You can crunch back a pretty decent amount, actually, and go not that far forward. But you do get some nice tilt out of that and rotation as well. He has some pretty interesting protocol-ish droid legs who can kick out a really far amount. He can kick back super decent amount. He does the splits, no problem. Really good leg articulation on this guy. He has single jointed knees that go about that far back. Does have that upper thigh swivel. Does have the lower leg swivel. His feet go down a really far amount. They go up a really far amount. And of course you have that ankle pivot. Really good articulation on this guy. I will say my least favorite thing about this figure is that the gun, it's one of those configurations, so it's really hard to get his trigger finger to actually go in the trigger as well as holding this back part of the stock, having his thumb in there and the trigger finger in there. Even with hot water, I find it difficult, so it's probably my least favorite aspect of this figure, but I finally got him in a gun holding, blaster holding pose. Kind of took a while. Again, it's similar to Boba Fett's blaster, and he sort of has that same problem. I don't know if I'm the only one that has that problem, but I always find it difficult to get them to actually hold it correctly with their trigger finger. Anyways, let's go ahead and make some comparisons to some other Black Series figures. So the main comparison here has got to be Din Djarin and the Child. I mean, these are the only characters we have in the Black Series that this droid interacts with. So this is the main comparison right here, but we're also going to do Casca Reeves from The Mandalorian and from the same wave as Q9-0. Here's the Mandalorian Stormtrooper, Forlom, who I believe this just really resembles. And to make some droid comparisons, here is R2-D2 and C3PO, because Q9-0 is very protocol droid-ish. So as you can see, he is taller than C3PO. So yeah, do I think Q9-0 is a pretty good Black Series figure? Absolutely. But again, I just feel like we don't have a lot of characters or other figures to go with Q9-0 other than Beskar Mando and the Child. So if you are a big Mandalorian fan, I would say this is a pretty easy pickup. If you're more of a casual Black Series collector, I feel like this might be a skip for you. I love the Mandalorian show. I would pretty much get any figure from Mando. So of course when I saw the entire wave at Walmart, you know I had to just pick them all up. And I do wish his eyes just popped a little more. I wish they were a little more silver. But other than that, it's a pretty easy pickup if you're a big Mando fan. Anyways, let me know of what you guys think about Q9-0. Did you pick them up? Are you going to pass on them? What'd you think of my review? Anything at all, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Really helps out the channel. Really appreciate your guys' support out there. Like I said, I've been Justin from Out of the Basement, and we will see you guys in the next video.